Okay, did you have a comment?
Yes, I watched a doctor on TV who said that when you want something sweet, rather than having, for instance, a diet soda, and you get all the harmful things, the artificial sweetener, the artificial color, and those kind of things, and that your body really is not satisfied with that, and you still want something sweet, so you are going to make it up somewhere else, and you're better off, according to his suggestion, to just go ahead and have a small serving of, for instance, regular soda or ice cream or candy or something, and be done with it. He thought that was a more helpful option.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea because a lot of times you're going to keep that craving. That craving is never going to go away until you actually get what you wanted, what your body wanted. So I agree. I think that is a lot better because, like I said, not to say that the regular sodas are good for you, but the diet sodas, they do have some added stuff in there to keep those calories down. So,
They cited a study comparing a group of persons who drank regular sodas in moderation and people who drank diet sodas, and the people drinking the diet sodas actually had more weight gain than the ones in the control group that just drank a reasonable amount of regular
I wonder
soda.
if it's because they were getting that craving, and those who are drinking diet may be having to replace something else. If you drink diet and eat a candy bar, that's really not healthy. You'd be better off just to drink the regular drink.
Right.
So yeah, that's a good point.
Thanks.
Really good. You all have a sheet in front of you called, some dropped in it, Surviving in the Fast Food Nation. And this sheet basically talks about words to avoid when thinking about preparing food or eating out. And some of those words are like crispy, crunchy, breaded, cheesy, melty, super ultimate thick, like what we had just talked about with the super sizing, loaded, deluxe, double, triple, creamy, and special sauce. So another thing that I always like to point out is any of your whites, and this talks about that later on, but your whites are typically not your healthier foods. They are more of the starches, and if you can avoid, like instead of a baked potato, have a sweet potato. Instead of white rice, have brown rice. Instead of pasta, have whole grain pasta. So those things are, putting more of your whole grains into your diet, because we know that whole grains are better for you than just the whites. Avoiding anything mayonnaise based, which would be your dressings or your mayonnaise. Also talking about the white sauces would be like your Alfredo sauce. And then pastries. Of course, we love our sweets, but trying to avoid those. So some healthier options, of course, talking about meat would be baking, broiling, or grilling. Your chicken or fish, eating more of that. Having more of your junior sizes, your kid size meals. Eating low fat or fat free dressing. And then, of course, we talked about the whole wheat breads and pastas. Your fruit or just yogurt. And then tomato sauce or pasta sauce. So your red sauces are a lot better for you than your white sauces when we're talking about pasta. And then any kind of broth-based soups. Of course, we talked about having unsweet tea, light lemonade, diet soft drinks, or low-fat milk is a more healthier option, but it depends on the person because some people with their diets may not be able to have some of that. And then, of course, having the soft serve ice cream in a cup instead of a cone would be some good ideas. Some helpful tips. Of course, asking for low-calorie side orders, such as a salad when you're eating out, a baked potato or fruit. Using one thing that I always do is use a paper towel to blot some of my meat. Pizza. Do you do that?
Yes, and people look at me, but I do it anyway.
I do that, and I do that with my hamburger meat. When I'm browning my hamburger meat, I really blot that and try to get all that grease off of there. But I think pizza is a big one as well. And then, if somebody asks for, do you want cheese on your sandwich, cutting the cheese back. Of course, that will give you the extra food group that you would need, but you may not need the extra calories. And then Dry also means no butter or sauce on the side, so dry breadsticks instead of some with the garlic butter on there would be a better choice. So, we've gone over talking about our serving sizes, our calorie intake, our portion control, things that we should and shouldn't eat, and just some different ideas on some healthier eating. So I hope you all have learned from this. Does anyone have any questions before we finish up?
Just with the cheese issue, cheese is yellow that we eat, but originally it's white. So a lot of people don't know that that Americans are the only ones that add the yellowing to the cheese. So when you talk about whites, cheese go in that category too, because it's that cheesy, melty,
Right.
those terms. But it's yellow, it's not white. So
Right. You make a good point. Yeah. And, it's sparingly is kind of
Yes.
the key, using that sparingly. It's okay to eat a piece of cheese. Don't try to put cheese on everything you eat for every meal, because it is an added, it's got the added calories in there. So, great source of calcium, though. So if you're someone looking for more calcium, needing more calcium, cheese would be a great alternative.
Living by myself, I often look for convenience foods, and if they have, for instance, whole wheat pasta dishes, and they may say low fat, but I'm just appalled when I read the label at the amount of sodium. There may be 1,400 grams of sodium in one packaged thing to eat. And it's too bad they can't lower all of those kinds of things, the fat and the sodium all in the same product.
Right. I know.
Because it's hard to find anything that does say low fat, that isn't just completely loaded down with sodium.
Right, you're right, because it is the substitute for the fat. And that's something that a lot of people, they just look at those that calories and the fat, and they don't pay attention to the sodium or the cholesterol or the sugar, because those are typically the things that is added to those diet foods and drinks. So, okay, well, thank you all for attending today, and I hope that you all will be able to take some of this information home with you and be able to use this stuff that we've given out today. I will be asking for a follow-up evaluation in the next few weeks to come, so that'll be sent to you in the mail. So, thank you very
Amanda.
much.